Hello. I'm so sorry. I actually had to go to the bathroom and I took a little longer than I expected. So, welcome in, everybody. Happy Thursday. Glad to see y'all here. Let's see. Over on Twitch, we've got Phoenix and Anita. Hello, hello. Molly has made it over on YouTube. Molly says, I'm over here thinking, wow, Vanessa must be having internet trouble. Then I see it's not even noon yet. But I was still late, so you were right. How's everybody doing today? I got my my actual CELTA certification letter. I don't have the actual certificate yet. That won't be for a few more weeks. But I did it with a Pass B. So there's 3 levels. There's Pass, Pass B, and Pass A. And only about 20% of CELTA graduates get a Pass B. And I am one of the elite 20%. So, woo! Hattie says you weren't late. The timer was going off. Did you not hear it? Emily's here. Love having these streams again. Yes, me too. Me too. Amelia has made it. Hello, Amelia. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for the congratulations, y'all. Very excited. So I've been working on my resume. So just to be clear, this isn't gonna, I'm not, not writing anymore. But this is, I did this specifically so that when we move to Europe, I will have additional opportunities, to help bring in income. And so I want to find some part-time, 10, 20 hours a week, maybe, opportunities, to work, so that I can start building up the credentials that I'll need if I want to work in, in an in-person language school, or if I want to continue online or whatever. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm not leaving. I'm not abandoning my writer family. This is just an addition. So let's see. Daniela's here over on Twitch, changing up the format a little bit. Welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Molly's being productive, listening to books, and now going through my Happy Planner supplies, which require me to work on cleaning my room a bit. That's how I get anything done. It's I want to do this one thing, but in order to do that, I have to do this thing. And in order to do that, I have to do this thing. And I never actually get to the thing I want to do. So, yeah. So thank you for the additional congratulations. Daniela says, welcome back. I was at a pub quiz yesterday, but rewatched the stream today. Congrats on finishing the course. Thank you. It was hard. I ain't gonna lie. It was hard, but it was worth it too. I learned a lot, and a lot of the stuff that I learned, I can also bring into my writing workshops, methodology and some of the techniques. So hang on. Stop it. I let you in there before. That you were digging at the carpet in the room. Quit it. Okay, sorry. He is being a fucking feral menace, y'all. A feral menace. I'm gonna have to put him downstairs. He gets to where when he wants to get into something, he claws at the carpet. He's ruined the carpet in the basement. And he claws at the carpet. So we've been keeping the guest room door closed, but he's started clawing the carpet at the door. So I'm like, okay, well, let's leave it open. So I open the door. He starts clawing at the closet door. And I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. So I closed the guest room door again, and he was just clawing at it. I've got to figure out something that will be so traumatizing for him that he won't do it anymore. Because the water, I may just fill this entirely with vinegar and see what that does. So, all right, anyway. Sorry about that. I've been doing this every single day. Yesterday I ended up putting him downstairs in the basement and locking him down because I just couldn't deal with him anymore. All right. Hattie said, I heard the timer, but you were talking before 12:01, so the stream started exactly on time. Thank you. Thank you. Kelly says, happy time zone. I need to make up makeup on and oh, I need to put I missed a word. I need to put makeup on and film a video intro. It's so funny because like when I see your videos, like I was watching the short of your announcement about Paige's series for the, what is it, Longshore? Is that what it's called? Reading club or whatever it is. So when when I was like, she looks so fancy. Because I'm not used to seeing you with makeup. But I also imagine it's the same for me. Because, like, y'all see me like this. So maybe if you see me out at a con and I have makeup on, you're like, wow, she does look fancy. So I think that's funny. Kelly says, basement cat needs a kitten companion. That may be the case. He may need that. But it's really hard when you bring two cats together that didn't meet each other when they were young. They don't always get... Like, I've never had two cats that get along. Ever. It like indoors. I've never had that. I desperately want two cats that will sleep together and groom each other. I have not as yet found that. But he is very friendly. He's very friendly to other cats because he kept trying to make friends with Isabel and she just wasn't having it. So, let's see. Let me go back. Swank has joined us. Swank says, howdy everybody. Happy Root Beer Float Day. I can get behind that. Happy Wiggle Your Toes Day. I'm wiggling my toes right now. Happy Fresh Breath Day. What are you trying to say, Swank? What are you trying to say right now? So, anyway, yay! Welcome in, Swank. Esther's here. Holy cow, I haven't seen you in ages. Esther says, hello, I'm still alive. I'm so glad. I am also still alive. But I was also missing all of last month, so that wasn't you. That was me. Let's see. Molly says hi to Kelly. Hattie says most cats don't like walking on aluminum foil. Okay, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll put aluminum foil kind of under the... So right now we've got a pillow and a blanket because the pillow's not quite wide enough. So I put a blanket first and then a pillow up against the door. But then he just starts clawing he likes to claw in the corners. So he'll try to dig into the corner or he'll just start clawing at the edge. So maybe I'll just like lay down some foil and see what happens. That's a good suggestion. Oops, scroll back. Daniela says, currently eating dinner, noodles. Proud of myself for being able to cook it. I'm a sleep-deprived puddle of sweat right now. You have such a way with words, Daniela. And congratulations for making the noodles. Good job. Kelly confirms that it is the Shore Leave book club. So, yes. So they're reading Paige Christie's, is it Legends of Arnon? What is it? I have it up there. Oh, no, I don't have it up there. I thought I had it up there. I guess not. Something of Arnon. So yeah. Let's see. Kelly says hi to Molly. Alicia says, hello, Vanessa. Just joining, making a spinner wheel for tasks. Excellent. Welcome in, Alicia. Good to see you. I had a good time in the Morning Pirates with Alicia and Kelly today. That was fun. It was a fun time. All right. Let's see. Swank says, Molly, missed you in the pirate sprints, right? She was absent, like noticeably absent. Saying some hellos. Alicia says, my Ralphie and Simon used to do that, lay and sleep together. We believe they were brothers. So Isabel had a sister when they were outside, and her sister we named her Roxy, and she was significantly smaller, and she was gray, and Isabel, you might remember, was orange. But Roxy was gray, and I think Roxy was the runt of the litter, and Isabel was kind of her protector, even though Roxy had no fear of anything ever. She would get herself into so much trouble. We spent more money getting her physically repaired. I mean, we also got her fixed, but physically repaired than we spent on the other 3 cats combined. It was insane. But she died. We had to put her to sleep when she was about 2.5. There was a neurological issue. So, I desperately want cats that like each other. Molly says I changed up my morning a bit. Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. Kelly says, does anyone else brush their teeth before they go live? Well, I mean, I brush my teeth in the morning, but no, I don't brush my teeth before I go live. I'm like, no one can smell my breath, but I have to brush them anyway. if that's what your brain tells you to do, that's what your brain tells you to do. You ain't got no choice, is what I'm saying. Amelia says, we mounted plastic to the door. Like, what do you mean, like, in what way? Like, did you just, like, cover the door with plastic? Like, I don't understand. You're gonna have to use more words, Amelia, because I clearly cannot I can't figure it out. Legacies of Arnon. I knew it wasn't right. I knew what I was saying wasn't right. But yeah, Legacies of Arnon. That is such a good series, y'all. Oh, I'm so excited that you're reading it. I actually haven't read the last book yet. And it's been a long time since I've read the first 3. So I'm going to have to go through and reread all of them. But I cannot do 2 fucking book clubs. That's too much. I just can't. I haven't even started reading again yet. Today has been all about like working on my resume, and because there's one company that I think would be a really good fit for me. So I want to get a resume into them, and they are currently hiring online teachers. So, part-time. So yeah, they're out of Hungary, which is cool. Cause that's, European time is just about 6 hours off, give or take. They're 6 hours ahead. So their afternoon and evening would be our morning and afternoon. And that works really well. Whereas Asia is like 12 hours difference, which means, if I want to teach at 5 o'clock in the evening there, that's 5 o'clock in the morning here. That's insane. I'm not going to do that. Y'all know I'm not going to do that. So Amelia says, we had a sheet of like 1/4-inch plastic bolted to the door to keep our dog from clawing at it. Yeah, but the problem isn't the door. The problem is the carpet. He digs. He claws at the carpet. So it's actually the carpet, not the door itself. But I think if I lay down, I like Hattie's idea. I think if I lay down foil, which is annoying, but like I want to break him of the habit is what I want. That's what I want. I want to break him of the habit. Aryan, my husband is not good at, he's good at yelling at the cat. He's not good at teaching the cat what to do and what not to do. I am good at that. But because he was in the basement so long, he's much more used to my husband's style. And even though I have taught him, things, yeah, it's just, And I do think he needs another cat, but because he's very curious and he's got a lot of energy, and he's, but if I get another cat, number one, there's no guarantee they're even going to like each other. And number two, it's another cat. It's another cat, which means when we move, it's more shit we have to deal with, more money we have to spend to get them this or that or the other thing, because you have to have your vet fill out this form, and you have to, make sure they're up to date on like everything, their shots, and then you have to pay to have them quarantined, and like, it's just a whole thing. I was really part of the original plan was that we wait until all of our cats were gone, and then we would go. And if he had let me adopt Chai out because when he just showed up, right? And he was very friendly, and I was like, he's got to be somebody's cat. And so I looked around at the lost cats, boards and stuff, and I didn't see him at all, but he had to have been somebody's, right? But then Aryan got super attached to him, and I'm just like, oh, don't get me wrong, I love him, but Jesus, fuck. Anyway, let's see. Alicia says, I have the last bookcase in the library, so moving books back in today. So excited. That's my favorite part. Like, this goes here, and this lives here, and they'll be neighbors, and they'll have tea together, and yeah. Kelly says, you can come to the discussion of the first 3 as a reminder, and then read book 4 with us. Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea right there. All of mine are the old covers, by the way. All of mine are the old covers. I'm not sure where book 4 is. I'm gonna have to look for it. I'm not sure where it is. I haven't bought the set with the new covers yet. I will eventually, but yeah. All right, shall we get into it? Let me figure out, I have stacks, I've got a bunch of PDFs open on top of my Spirit City. I was like, where's my timer? And we talked about this yesterday over on Pirates. Spirit City's gonna have a magical library expansion that comes out on the 24th. I am very excited. I am more excited about that than I have been about any expansion they've had, as you can well imagine. So, anyway, all right. Let me know in the chat what you're going to be working on today. I know, Esther, right? Esther's like, what? Right? Yes. And if you watch the little video for it, one of the new spirits is like this book that flies. Like it's pages, like, you know, it's like a book like this, and these are wings, and it's super cute, right? It's like, I don't even care what they price it. I'll get it. I don't even care. It can be like $10. I don't care. I'm gonna buy it. Listen, I'm excited for the new DLC. Alicia, I totally heard that in your voice in my head. Now, when we talk about writing characters and making their voice stand out on the page, Alicia saying, listen, I'm excited for the new DLC. That is her voice. Like, it was right there in text. So, writers, that's your lesson. Good job, Alicia. Okay. They will have dragons. Everything is better with dragons. I'm just saying. Esther says, extremely cute. I know. It's so cute. I'm so excited. Okay, that's the 24th, y'all. So what day is the 24th? It's probably like a Friday or something stupid like that. No, the 24th is a Monday. So the 26th, we will have new stuff. Very excited. Hattie says, trying to get through this book. 2 left after this one. Ooh, you're reading fast, girl. Funny story about it tomorrow. All right. I'm looking forward to hearing that. All right. Yeah, they revealed a new spirit yesterday. Yeah, that's the little book one, right? Like, they didn't, because, like, I looked at the video yesterday, so I'm assuming that's what it was. Yeah, it's the little book. Oh, was it actually a dragon? Is it like a book dragon? I didn't know. I didn't listen to it or anything, and I just kind of watched it very, very quickly, because I don't have time. And so, but it was so cute. I was like, I want one of those. And I can't wait to see the colors they come up with for it. So very exciting. All right. What are you guys working on? Oh, no, that is the dragon. So it's a book dragon. It's a book dragon. I love it. It makes my heart happy. One of them anyway. Yeah. So I'm very excited to see all the spirits they have and the background and the books. And oh, it's going to be so cool. Oh, they will have 2 dragons. Alicia's on top of this, man. I just realized this yesterday when I opened my Steam and I had to do, like, something wasn't working right or whatever, and I had to actually open Steam and look, and I was like, wait, what? We have announcements? What? So, all right. What are you guys working on? I've been waiting on the final letter for my CELTA, the letter that it tells you your grade and all that. I've been waiting on that in order to make sure my resume's been ready, but I thought I was going to get one of the higher passes. That was my intent, like my understanding. One of my tutors led me to believe that. And so I was waiting to see what I got before I actually made this application, because obviously if you've got one of the higher passes, that is something you want on your resume. So I updated it. I'm working on putting that kind of package together. Once I do that, it'll probably take a couple sprints, and then ultimately I'm going to shift gears to multiverse stuff. So, cause I have to set the next meeting we're having. So, which will probably be in about a week or a week and a half. Whenever I have to look at when Holly gets back, because she's out of town for work. And like what the other people decided on, what they had the most of. Anyway, I know that probably didn't make sense outside of my brain, but it's okay. You don't need to know. All right. Let me know what you're working on. And I'm going to work on my resume stuff, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see where we are in 20 minutes, okay? Alicia's doing the spinner wheel, so you'll have to let us know what it decided for you. And off we go. Okay, that's the end of that sprint. How did it go? How did it go? All right. I polished up the resume and the cover letter. I separated them out because they're all in one great big document, and I'm getting ready. So this particular company wants you to put the like give them a link to where your cover letter, resume, whatever is. And so I'm working on putting them onto Google Drive into a folder. Instead of having just one document where they have to like scroll up and down, I'm just going to divide them all up and give them access to the folder. So, Alicia said that the spinner wheel said to tidy up. Did you tidy up, Alicia? Amelia says, trying to get Rue a vet appointment and keep being put on hold. Ooh, that's frustrating. I'm sorry. Swank started rice in the cooker for lunch. Excellent. Anita ordered some groceries. Good. Food is good. Molly got 18% into Gingerbread Bones and Ark. That is a great title. I'm not going to lie. Some of the titles that have been coming out recently have been really on the nose. Like, really good titles. And I hate doing titles. I'm awful at it. So, like, I have extra, respect for those folks. Molly says, also got my disc a bit spiffy. I think you mean desk. I'm pretty sure that means desk because I was like, what does that mean? Do we even use discs anymore? I think that's desk. Thinking about lunch. What are your options, Malls? What are your options? I had a very late breakfast. Well, that's not true. I had a couple bites of a carrot cake that was my leftover from dessert last night. But then I was hungry before the stream, and so I was like, all right, I should actually eat real food. So I made some egg bites. I've got these really good ones I got at Kroger. And sometimes I'll put cheese on top of it. And we have some feta cheese in the fridge, which I love feta cheese. And so I was like, ooh, that'd be good on top of this. So I put it on top and I put it all in the air fryer. Feta cheese does not work well in the air fryer. Let me just, don't do it. It like got burnt black. I mean, you could still eat it. And it was this weird kind of chewy texture. I tried it because of course I did. And it wasn't bad. It just, don't do it. It's not worth it. So, all right. Alicia said, I had to stop getting hot, but I moved some books around in the library, moved a few boxes from near the front door, and tidied up near the front door. Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to be a yawny day. So, good job, Alicia. Huzzah! Heather, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Heather's been busy with podcast work this morning in her DMs and research. All the things. All of them. Alicia said, spinner wheel dictates I do dishes next sprint, so I will do dishes and get lunch. See? It put you right in the room you needed for lunch. Perfect. Spinner wheel knows all. Anybody else want to check in before we get into the next sprint? Okay, so this next sprint, I have to get the copy of my CELTA certification letter to put into that, to put into the Google Drive. And I also ordered transcripts from my MFA because my actual diploma either got destroyed or is packed away somewhere, and I don't know where it is. So I'm hoping, I don't think that I really need to include that, but I want to have it. I want to make sure I save it to multiple places so that I don't lose it. Because an actual replacement for the physical diploma is like $100, whereas the transcripts is like 10. And I feel like I want to double check. I got notification that that they sent it, but I haven't actually looked at it. So I don't know, conferred MFA on X date or whatever. So I have to look at it. Let's see. Molly's options are either leftover meatloaf, pros, delish, and simple. Yes. Cons, it had it last night for dinner, but you've slept. So, or Skyline chili. I mean, Skyline chili. Pros, yum. Cons, it's hot out, but you're inside, right? You've got air conditioning. It'll be fine. More cooking needed. Don't you just need to heat it up? Or do you need to actually cook it? Like, I feel like you should just need to pop it in the microwave, which you'll have to do for meatloaf anyway, unless you make meatloaf cold. You know what I like to do with leftover meatloaf is eat it cold, but put it in a sandwich with some mayonnaise or whatever you like on a sandwich. It's so good. I love meatloaf cold. So, Alicia's like, I use the spinner wheel because I don't have to think. Yes, that's the best part. Molly says, hey, Alicia, can you throw your spinner wheel with chores link in here, please? I think that's a good idea. That way I don't have to go find it and give it to you. Okay, let's see. Heather says, hi, Vanessa and everyone. Hope all are well. We're all alive and not in jail. It's a great day. So, Amelia had ramen. Yum. Alicia says, I don't know if it will show the task, but I can share the link. Yeah. Picker wheel. That's it right there. It won't show your task. It'll just go to the main picker wheel and stuff. But the cool thing about that, and I don't know if, Alicia, you've mastered this yet, but you can actually save your wheels. If you save them, then when you open the site again, you load them, and you won't have to retype shit. Molly says, AC is not on. I have to actually cook the noodles. Oh, cold meatloaf. Interesting. Yeah, it's really good on a sandwich. There's a way to share a specific wheel, not just the website URL. Oh!
The _ Phoenix _ Flame 07 just cheered 10 bits.
Thank you! Thank you, Phoenix! Thank you for the bits. You're awesome. Mwah. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Amelia says, cleaning house on my break. I'm so sorry. The work is never, it never ends. Yeah, I think there is a way to share your specific wheel. See, now she's going to make me go back and look at my wheels. Where is my wheel? There it is. Is there a way to share your picker wheel? I think there is. Yeah, you can just hit the share button and it'll create a share link. Yeah, there's actually a share button for the individual wheel. Alicia says, oh, I just create a new one for when I use the wheel because they change constantly. Yeah, but sometimes... Oh, more sounds? Wait, what happened? Oh, there's an incoming ad break in 2 minutes, folks on Twitch. But you create a new one, but like sometimes you don't get something done. So like for me, or at least that might just be me. That might just be me, you know, and then I don't have to enter things in again. And also I can save stuff and not have it show on there. So things that I do over and over again can still live on the picker wheel, but not be visible in the current wheel. And then when I have to do it again, like I can put my, you know, pay bills, and on Friday I put it, you know, I put it on the wheel. I make it visible on the wheel. So anyway, yeah, that's how I use my picker wheel. See, the thing is, I'm lazy at my core, which means I get very efficient with things. I'm lazy. Lazy people are the most efficient people. Molly will figure it out the next sprint. Alicia says, I can tell you my tasks, and then she lists her tasks. So, but I'm gonna let y'all read that because it's fine. Okay. Shall we get into the next sprint? Let me move over the document that is on top of my Spirit City, and let's go, y'all. Here we go. right. How did you do? So I downloaded my transcripts, not me getting my year of my MFA wrong for a decade at this point. I always thought I got my MFA in 2013, but I got it in 2011, which makes more sense because in my remembering, like, I got my degree in 2008, and then like a year later, I got my MA in 2008. And then like a year later, they were accredited to do an MFA. So it's like, of course, right? But then they gave those of us who got an MA an opportunity to do basically the extra stuff they added to the degree program in order to get the MFA. So I almost immediately, like within 6 months or something, went back. And so like, that's why I was like, why? Like that's 5 years between my MA in 2008 and my MFA in 2013. It didn't even occur to me that I might have had that year wrong. What an idiot. So I actually got it in 2011. Oy. All right. Daniela has returned, but over on YouTube. She's just bouncing back and forth. Still here, just doing research on my phone. Why is that in quotes, Daniela? Research. Anita worked on an interview. Excellent. Kayla's here. Hi, Kayla. Welcome in. Glad you could make it. Hey, just tuning in now, thinking I'm working on project EDS or some poetry. Excellent. Both good choices. Molly made it to 20% in the arc she's reading. Alicia says, hey, that was perfect timing. I did dishes, started the dishwasher, made me and the kiddos lunch, and needed a bio break. Came back as the timer went off. Excellent use of your time, my friend. Good job. Lucille's here. I feel bad because Lucille sent me a Facebook message like a while ago, and I haven't, like, I have like 8 or 9 Facebook messages I haven't even looked at yet because I'm still overwhelmed by the number of things that I had to put off in July. So hi, Lucille, welcome in. Lucille says, I'm here working on house stuff. House stuff never ends, y'all. Never ends. Molly says cold meatloaf is not bad. I know, right? You would think it wouldn't be that good, but there's something about it. There's just something about it. I like cold meatloaf. Lucille says, it's probably just a funny reel. No worries. I think that's what it was. It looks like a Facebook link, so I'm guessing that's probably what it is. But, like, you're not the only one. Like, there have been multiple people that I just haven't looked at it yet. But, you know, yeah. I just got a weird thing saying my microphone is unmuted but has no signal, which is clearly not true because y'all are hearing me, so I don't get it. Anyway, whatever. Kayla says, ooh, I have chili for lunch. Homemade. So excited. You know, and Molly mentioned Skyline chili, and I'm just like, I wonder if we have chili in the freezer. We probably still do have chili in the freezer, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to check because now I fucking want chili. Swank says, eating rice and crab rangoons. Oh, I love me some crab rangoons, man. I am so envious. Y'all making me hungry. Sounds great. Swank, Molly says, you make the rangoons? I want to know if Swank made the rangoons. Alicia says, spinner wheel dictates that after lunch I'm reading Crooked Kingdom pages. See, the spinner wheel really likes you today. So I did get, I created a folder for all of my important education and job stuff. So now I have a specific folder that has my resume. I have 2 versions, a cute version and a corporate version. And in the corporate version, there's 2 versions in that. There's one with a photo and one without a photo. And this is something I didn't really know, but apparently it's very common in Europe to include a photo with your resume. I was like, really? That's not a thing we do over here. So yeah. So I have that, and then I have my CELTA letter, and then I have my transcript, and I don't know what else I need to put in there, but those are my things. So I have a dedicated folder for that. And now I also have a Google Drive folder for the application thing. And then, yeah, so my folder with all my important papers in it, or all my important files in it, like are on Dropbox, they're on my server, they're on my computer, they will be on my Surface Pro once I sync my Dropbox files, so not gonna lose them. Let's see. Alicia says, I want to make some chili at some point. I have an excellent recipe for it that's super easy, crock pot, but it's made for like one of the big crock pots, not one of the small crock pots. So if you want the recipe, let me know, and I'll share it with you. It's super easy. Like, it is super easy. Basically, you just grill the meat, whether you can use beef or chicken or turkey. Just not grill it. I say grill it, cook it, brown it. And then dump everything, and you might have to chop up some veggies, but then you just dump everything in the crock pot and just turn it on, and it, mwah, so good. I make excellent chili. I will share my personal chili recipe with you, which I stole from somewhere and then added things to. Let's see. Swank says, no, the crab rangoons were frozen. Well, I'm assuming they were heated before you ate them. But crab rangoons are crab rangoons, even bad crab rangoons, as long as the crab itself isn't bad or the cream cheese isn't bad. You know what I mean? As long as everything's not spoiled, any crab rangoon is good. Kayla says, oh, I love spinner wheels. Any Rex for one? Alicia, share the link again. Alicia says, it really does. No complaints here. Her spinner wheel being good to her. Alicia says, I will take the recipe. I have a big black crock pot. Excellent. Excellent. So yeah, I will, when I get over to the Discord later to get your address to mail you the Harney and Sons stuff, I'll give you my recipe. Emily says, I bet if I use tofu, I could skip the browning step and just throw it all in the crock pot to start. That is probably true. Although it'd probably be better if you browned it, because usually also one of the things, and this is one of my tricks, I do this with tacos too, which is why my tacos are so good. When you put, like when I'm browning the meat, I put, for the taco sauce, I use tacos, or for the tacos, I use taco seasoning, but for chili, I put some chili powder in the meat as I cook it. So you may still want to brown the tofu in that way, because it gives it some really good flavor, but yeah. And I don't know, like, can tofu be cooked in a crock pot for like 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours? Because you need really at least 6 hours for the chili. I don't know how tofu does in a crock pot. So so if it doesn't do well in a crock pot then for that long, then maybe just, wait till the end, brown it up a little with some seasoning, and then dump it in. So Alicia shared the picker wheel, and Alicia says, sweet, much appreciated. Thank you. I'm feeling very gracious today, just giving things away right and left. What Alicia doesn't know, even though I promised her to tea, I am awful at snail mail, so it's probably going to take me a while to get that shit out the house. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try, Alicia, for you, because I adore you, so I'm going to try. All right. We got a little break, though. So, if you need something to eat, something to drink, use the facilities. If you need a bio break, this is a great time for that. At the very least, if you've been sitting down this whole time, get up, move around. But it sounds like all y'all have been up and moving around already, so I don't think you need to do that today. If you haven't taken your meds yet and you need to take your meds, take your meds. Take your meds. Let's see. Molly says, my favorite spinner wheel is Wheel of Names because it is super customizable and I get to exercise my creative muscles. I love that. The picker wheel is pretty customizable too. You can change all the colors for all the wheel slots or whatever. Or you can, like, I guess you can probably even upload a picture or something. I don't know. I don't mess with that. I do it with different colors, and yeah. So, Emily says, to be honest, I've never tried it in a crock pot. Worth experimenting with it though. Or, ask the internet. The internet will know whether tofu will survive a crock pot. But either way, again, you can just brown it at the end in like season it in a skillet, warm it up, season it. You might even want to brown it because it'll make it like a little more crispy, like around the edges and stuff. That would be really tasty, I think. And then just dump it in. So you don't have to even worry about cooking it all together. Scroll back, scroll back. Heather says, we have one of those huge slow cookers. We got it as a gift when we got married 24 years ago. I have one of the big oval ones, but I have two of the smaller 1970s avocado green. One's avocado green and one is like harvest gold. But let me tell you, those things are like 50, 60 years old and they work. They still work. That's why, and like, so if one of them breaks, I'll go to a Goodwill, go to a garage sale, you'll find them. And they are powerhouses, man, for if you need it for a small one. So usually if I'm doing soup, like I do a chicken enchilada soup, and I use the small one for that. I mean, I could do it in the big one, I guess, but the small one's enough. Let's see. Hattie says bouillon, Worcestershire sauce, and whatever seasoning. Whoop, I scrolled again, depending on the meal. Wait a minute, did I miss something? What was that? Was that for the tofu? Was that like seasoning suggestions for the tofu? Alicia says, I know the feeling. I have some things to mail out when I find them. I feel you, girl. I feel you. Kayla took her meds on time for once. Yay. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Molly says, well, if you're giving things away, I'll throw in the link for Wheel of Names. If I turn blue. Wait, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm confused. If you turn blue? What? I love you too, Molly. I just don't understand what you're saying. Heather says, got most of my lunch eaten and took a walk with my husband. I love that. Finishing it now. Lunch is leftovers from breakfast. All right. That's an extended meal. I like it. Molly says, you don't have to add the tofu at the beginning, right? I don't imagine you would have to. I mean, I do that with the meat because then it sits in the seasoning even more, right? But I don't think you have to. It's not necessary. Some hellos or some yays and some thankses. Alicia says, hey, that is when I got my oval crock pot when I got married 20 years ago. Very nice. Hattie said, referring to how I prep meat for meals. Got it. I can ask Rumi what she does with tofu. That's really cool. Molly says, I can post links if you give me moderator permission. All right, let me actually go to YouTube. So Molly's been begging for, I wouldn't say begging, but pushing for moderator privileges. And it's not that I don't want to give her moderator privileges. All right. There you go, Malls. And then your name. Oh, that's what you said. Okay. That's what you meant about your name turns blue. Got it. Got it. All right. All right. There you go. You just get a wrench. Your name doesn't necessarily turn blue. Because Heather's name is blue for me. May not be blue for y'all. I think it just... Anyway. Yeah, Smalley is a great mod. It's no problem. It's no problem at all. It's not even that I was resisting giving her mod. It was just really funny that she would just drop these little comments like that. Just to remind y'all over on YouTube, don't forget to like the stream. Appreciate you. All right, let's take our break. I got 5 minutes on the clock. I need to top off my tea, also use the restroom. So let's go. Be right back. Meet you back here in 5.
Boom shaka rocka rocka, boom shaka rocka rocka.
Okay, I am back. We got about 30 seconds left on the break. Yeah, the music is on fire today, right, Daniela? It's like I have the funky channel going. So, let's see what folks said while I was gone. So, there's the Wheel of Names. So it must be on YouTube directly that... Oh, that's cute. YouTube directly. So in my chat on Streamlabs, like, Molly's name is kind of a... It's a really pretty kind of a muted, very muted green. And then Alicia's is kind of like a muted orange. But you've both got, you know, wrenches, so. Kayla says, ooh, tea. I want tea now. Tea is yummy. Heather says, I just made too much this morning of breakfast. I just love eating breakfast for lunch anyway. I feel you. I am a breakfast for any meal kind of girl. 2 eggs, a bit of toast, and a little bowl of fruit. A cut up peach and some blueberries. That sounds so healthy. That's amazing. I had carrot cake for breakfast. But then I also did have, like, it was only a couple bites of carrot cake. Like 2, 3. And then, but then later I did have egg bites, which are very good for me. They've got vegetables in it and they're protein and all that. So, okay. In my defense. Kayla says, oh, there's a Casimir reading I'm behind on. The live show is on the 8th. Can I read 250 pages in 2 days? You absolutely can. You've got this, Kayla. You can do it. Heather says, I just consumed the second egg, but I made an open-faced sandwich with it. And added some blueberry vanilla goat cheese to the rest of the fruit. I love goat cheese, too. That's the best. It is so good. Let's see. Daniela has to get up and clean the kitchen. I'm so sorry. You have my condolences. Molly said, I pushed for moderator because if you aren't a mod, your name is in gray. Blech. Your name didn't change color. Your name was always this color for me. Well, at least in this session. I don't know. It might change from session to session. Molly says, plus I do like interesting links. Yes. And Molly will be able to kick people out if y'all get too uppity. Ariel's here on Twitch. Hi, Ariel. Ariel took off from work today because she needed a mental health day. So working on her cosplay for DragonCon. Very exciting. Awesome. Super exciting. Alicia says, my breakfast was a cinnamon raisin English muffin. Y'all making me hungry. I'm going to have to go get lunch. Applesauce, a mandarin orange, and coffee. Excellent. That sounds like a very good nutritional lunch. Nice. All right. Let's get back into it. I got another 20 minutes on the clock. I'm going to actually start working on the application for this job. So let's go, 20 minutes. right, how'd you do? How'd you do, everyone? Let's see. Heather says, who, me? I'm not a moderator for you, Vanessa. I know, we were talking about Molly. But I don't need to be. I'm a mod for a few or so folks on AuthorTube, but I'm good like this. Sounds good. Sounds good. See, in mine, I think I might have mentioned your name. That's probably why you thought that. But they were talking about how on YouTube, the moderators' names are all blue. But on my streaming software that I use, moderators' names are not blue. They're just different colors. And yours is blue. So that's probably, yours is like that bright blue. And then Kayla's is kind of a lighter blue. And then Daniela's is like a bright green. And Molly's is like a very muted, earthy kind of green. Almost like a gray green. All right. Kayla says, Spinner Wheel has chosen reading Kindred graphic novel. Excellent. So Kindred, like who, like that could be anything. Like it could be vampires, it could be something else. And like Kindred book is an Octavia Butler book. And so I wonder if that got converted into converted isn't the right word, turned into a graphic novel. Also, tea is glorious. It is indeed. What's your favorite kind of tea, Kayla? Because Alicia is currently like about to start exploring the tea world. So, Daniela said, made some progress on the kitchen. Excellent. My husband just came up and gathered up all the dishes. I mean, all the dishes. I had some silverware up here from earlier. But, and he's running the dishwasher. Hang on. I gotta yell at him. No, I'm gonna see. He typically will not put certain things in the dishwasher that are mine to put in the dishwasher. Like they're stuff that I use that he doesn't, but they'll be in the sink and he doesn't always put them in the dishwasher. I don't understand why. Let's see. Molly got to 23%. Yes, good job. Alicia read 3 chapters of Crooked Kingdom. Nice. Checked for son's teacher now. When does school start? Does it start this week? Kayla, yes, that is an Octavia Butler. Yes, and for those playing along, Kindred is not actually about vampires. She has another book that's about vampires, but Kindred is not it. Kindred is the one where she goes, the woman goes back in time to slave times. Isn't that Kindred? Octavia Butler, amazing. I wish I had started reading her before she died, because she is an incredible author. Alicia says, my spinner wheel dictates that next sprint I will be doing planner updates. Excellent. Excellent. Lucille's kiddo went to school yesterday. What grade is he in now? What grade is he in, Lucille? I feel like I have all these little nieces and nephews. Some of them I've met in real time and some of them I haven't. Alicia said, we have meet the teacher night tonight. Oh, so you don't even know who you're meeting yet. Great. And they start school next Monday. Nice. Hattie says school started here Monday. Excellent. Kayla says, yep, to a plantation. It's very graphic, obviously. Yeah. I read the books. So, yeah, the book was phenomenal. So I imagine the graphic novel is also very, very good. Lucille, he's in his first year of middle school. Oh, honey, I hope you survive the next 3 years. This has got to be the worst time. Poor kid. I always feel bad for kids that are, starting middle school, because that is just such an awful time. I mean, kids are just like feral goblins those years, especially because, the hormones and all that, the hormone changes. And it's just, oh, poor kid. But I hope he has a good year. All right. So I'm still working on that application. I'm almost done though. So I'll be able to send that off. And then I'll be working on multiverse stuff. All right. Shall we get back into it? Next sprint. Kayla says, I read Parable of the Sower a couple months ago. Was that not insanely accurate? Have you read the other two? Parable of the Talents and what's the other one? I don't remember what the other one. I think the second one is Parable of the Talents and then there's a third one. I think. Or maybe there's only 2 and she didn't finish the 3rd. I don't remember. But Parable of the Sower, like, in the 90s, she literally predicted the rise of Donald Trump. Like, the president in those books is Donald Trump. It's insane. Ariel says hi to Emily. And Ariel is working on a Lady Lahua cosplay from the Apothecary Diaries. I'm working on the hair now. I like the name Apothecary Diaries. For years, I pronounced that name wrong. You'll always hear me hesitate when I pronounce it because I always pronounced it apothecary. And I didn't even know that was wrong. I mean, not that I pronounced it very often, but when I would read, that's how my brain pronounced it. So now, like, whenever I see it, if I'm going to pronounce it, I have to really pay attention to pronouncing it because I will mispronounce it if I don't. So, Alicia says, yeah, I'm wondering who we will have, teachers. But worst case scenario, we make a pit stop to the main office and find out before going to the classroom. Yes, they will know. Even if you don't know, they will know. Emily says to Ariel, very cool, good luck. And those of you going to Dragon Con in a month, the TWT, I don't think the official schedule's out yet. Maybe it is, but it'll be coming out very, very soon if it's not out yet. But the TWT social is on Thursday evening at 8:30. And there's nothing after it, so there's, you know, it's just like folks can stay and goof around and hang out or whatever. And we will have the typewriter guy there again this year. I actually have to email him. I emailed him a couple months ago and he emailed me back, but I haven't. I've been busy. So I have to email him and just confirm everything. He may have 2. We'll see. We'll see. So Swank says, Kay, that book was so depressing. It was so depressing because it was so accurate. That's why it was depressing, because we see our current times in it. So a big part of the crisis in that book was that water and basic resources were controlled. And so that was a big deal. And I can totally see that with water, with the AI data centers happening. So anyway, let's see. Kayla says, I have not read the remaining books. Definitely want to get to the sequel. She was crazy accurate in her work. Yeah, it's like, she's accurate in the way that, like, other science fiction writers were accurate. Like, Gibson, I can't remember his first name. His last name is Gibson, but he basically predicted the rise of the internet in Neuromancer, which was written in, like, the 70s or something crazy. Or maybe the early 80s or something. But yeah, she was, yeah. So it's such a good book. Ariel says to Emily, nice, it's definitely crunch time, but very excited for con. The schedule isn't out yet. I've been checking every day. It should be out very soon because they sent out on the 31st, they sent the not temporary, initial schedules. I can't think of the word. Preliminary, that's the word. Preliminary schedules to the guests and stuff to make sure that there weren't any problems. And of course there are always problems. So, yeah, so it should be coming out very, very soon. Let's see. Starling Dust. Hello. Starling says, hi, gang. I got to work on art today. Not writing, but I'm still hanging out. We are glad to have you over there on Twitch. Yay. Welcome in. Welcome in. Swank said, is YouTube having issues or is it my internet? It keeps having the circle keep circling. I don't know. So somebody on YouTube answer Swank. But I don't think there's anything on my end. I haven't gotten any issues on my end. Did I tell you guys that I got that we're on AT&T Fiber? I think I told you guys that yesterday. So hopefully we won't have any issues on mine at all. Kayla says, I love sci-fi, just getting into it. That's awesome. I do not love sci-fi. It is not my favorite genre. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. It's just not my favorite genre. Emily says, and I'll be there Wednesday through Monday. I will be there Wednesday through Tuesday. So I will actually have a day to just like chill out without, because usually when I get there on Thursday, I try to get there around noon and then I'm just like go, 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 go. So I'll actually have some chill time and I might be able to hang out with some of my friends on Wednesday because I've got a whole crew of my local folks who go on Wednesday, but I was never there on Wednesday because I just couldn't afford another $350 just to go party with my friends. But now, as a director, I don't know if this is common knowledge, but DragonCon pays for the director rooms for the actual con days. But then we can add days on that we pay for, but we get it at the rate the convention gets their rooms, which is way cheaper than what attendees get. Which makes sense because, you know, they book like dozens and dozens and dozens of rooms, right, for guests and things like that. So that makes sense. But that just means I can come early and leave later. That makes me happy. So let's see. Kayla says to Swank that she's getting a bit of skipping too. So it must be a YouTube thing. Because I don't think I'm having issues. Nobody on Twitch, y'all aren't having issues with the stream, are you? Hattie hasn't noticed any buffering. Maybe refresh the page, that might help. Uh-oh. Emily's message got auto-modded. What were you trying to say, you naughty, naughty girl? Alicia says, it looks okay to me right now, but I had that happen back when we were in Morning Time Pirates. It's fucking YouTube. What the hell do you want? Hattie said, only one skip a couple minutes ago. Ariel says, we're actually coming in on Wednesday night for once, so we can ease into con. I know, that's exactly what I'm saying. So maybe we'll have a little impromptu TWT get-together. Valerie says, oh, welcome in, Val. I forgot to say hi to you, because, you know, it's thundering again. We're getting another afternoon storm. Like, our weather is turning into Florida's weather, honestly. And I guess Florida, Alicia, you guys are going to get like the Bahamas weather or something. Okay. Valerie says, that's a great perk. You work hard. So I know, right? I didn't even know that was a thing until I had already been volunteering. I'd already been the assistant director for probably 5 or 7 years before I even knew that. And also I didn't know that I didn't have to go through the Hunger Games. As the assistant director, the con would have made my reservation for me. You know, I would obviously have to pay for it, but they would have, you know, secured my reservation for me. But by then I already had a legacy room, so I was just like, really? Thanks, my director, for not telling me that. Let's see. Swank says, Alicia, it was happening during Pirates. That's why I thought it was YouTube. Well, I think you're right. I think it is YouTube. Alicia says, I'm not sure. Maybe. Valerie says, I have not had issues yet on Twitch, but I just got here. Yeah. Emily said it wasn't bad. I promise. I was telling Ariel that I'd have my nice camera at con, so if she wanted any pics of her cosplay, I could help. I think that's awesome. I think you guys should work that out because I think that would be a great idea. Alicia says, dude, it rained off and on all day the other day and then rained again yesterday in the afternoon. But like when I lived in Florida in the summertime, we would have like 2-hour rainstorms right in the middle of the afternoon. It would be like from 2 to 4 or 3 to 5, like, and that's what seems to be happening here. This happened yesterday, remember? It was blue skies and then it rained during the stream and then it was gone again. So like, we're totally getting Florida weather. Swank says, be thankful for rain. We haven't had any for a couple of weeks. Yeah, we typically run in a drought here, almost every year. Sometimes it's really bad. We often have burn notices, like burn bans through the summer. We often can't use water outside, except for like from dusk on or something like that, but we can't water anything or wash cars or anything during the day. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad for the rain, even though the storms stress me the hell out. Let's see. Valerie says Twitch just paused on me for like 1 second. That's because you said something. But that might be on my end, just saying in case anyone else has a pause. Alicia says, I mean, no complaining here. We need the rain. Everybody needs the rain because the AI companies are stealing all our water. Emily says to Ariel, of course, just wait, I must have missed Ariel's response. Oh, yeah. Ariel said, oh, nice. That would be awesome. Thank you. All right, y'all. They can coordinate. Alicia says, oh, yeah, it used to be like clockwork, the rain in Florida, but now not so much. Yeah, you guys are getting like Gulf weather, right? We're getting your weather because everything is getting hotter. Hattie says it's supposed to be like this weather-wise the rest of the week. That's awesome. Lucia says, kiddo went camping with scouts during a burn ban once. What's camping without a campfire? We've literally had burns, like Burning Man burns, with a burn ban, which means we couldn't actually burn the effigy. So I get it. It's very frustrating. Ariel says, I also have ribbons to pass out this year. I'm wrestling. It's wrestling related, but it says very nice, very evil. So it's a fun one, even if you're not a fan. Yeah, I have no idea what that reference is, but I would take one. So we can go swimming at the AI centers. I would not advise it. Because that water's gross. All right, enough of the chatter. We're really going to start now. 20 minutes. Get into it, y'all. How did everybody do? Welcome in, James, over on Twitch. Hello, hello. Good to see you, good to see you. Oh! Oh! Yay! Pixie been fed! Poor girl was starving. There she is. Now she's happy. Thank you, James. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let's see what folks have to say. Amelia says, I can't wait for Dragon. Yes, I'm not ready, but okay. Let's see. Ariel says, oh wait, I read that already. No, I didn't. I read that to myself. I'm doing a gender-bent cosplay of a wrestler named Danhausen. He's a demon that curses people. His catchphrase is that he's very nice, very evil, hence the ribbons. I would gladly pass them out to my TWT friends during con. I will gladly take one from you. Amelia says, and this cracked me up, y'all, I am sending the most unhinged romance books back and forth with a friend thanks to Wicker Man. But I think it's just Wicker. Isn't it just Wicker? I think it's just Wicker. Y'all, I am actually going to go to the theater to see that because they need everybody to come out. So, chocolate, man made of cake, man made of pumpkin, man made of roses. That would hurt. Man made of sand, made of teddy bear, made of giant egg, made of airplane seat. That's the one where I fell out. Airplane seat, y'all. A man made of airplane seat. Alicia says, and now we have dark clouds and very windy. It will rain soon if it hasn't already. Yes. Yes. We are still getting thunder. James popped in. And Emily said, finished day job stuff. Actually got to do some writing. Got about 300 words down. Good job. Good job. Let's see. Daniela is back on her laptop and watching BookTube. As you should be. As you should be. James is saying, helping from Feeding Pixie. Anita finished the interview questions. Anita, you have been strangely quiet today. How are you feeling? How are you feeling today? I know you've been unwell this week. James says, I am taking a break from the 3 reports I am actively building at the same time. Yes, a break is required. Alicia says, I am almost done with planner updates and it is raining. It hasn't started here yet, but it's been thundering. Although I still see blue sky right there, but this is exactly what happened yesterday too. Swank says, Wicker looks so good. Can't wait to see it. I know. I love all the actors in it. Like all of them. Oh, yes. Yes. Love them. Love them. Cannot wait. And I don't go, like the last time, I don't remember the last time I went to a theater. Actually, the last time I went to the theater was with the Freddie Mercury biopic, and my mother-in-law was in town, and so we all went together. She got to see it in English. She'd already seen it like 8 times in Dutch, so she knew what was going on. So yeah, I'm definitely going to the theater for that. James says, I mean, a man made of sand. If you want sand in all the crevices, you could also just lay on the beach. I mean, valid. Valid. Anita says, still not feeling great, but no new Vertigo episodes. Good. That's a move in the right direction. Did you reach out to the physiotherapist? Like, were you able to get that arranged? Amelia got a vet appointment for Rue tomorrow. Yes. Good, good, good. Alicia says, spinner wheel dictates that I will finish labeling school supplies for later. That's probably a good thing to do since they start school next week. Good thinking. Good thinking. Okay, so I spent the last time chattering a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and get us started on the sprint. I think... So what we'll do is we'll do one 20-minute sprint, and then depending on how long I talk after that, or how long we chat after that, we'll do either another 15 or 20 minutes. So, let's see. Anita says, not yet for the appointment, but I found out where to go, so some progress. Forward momentum. That's all we're looking for. All we're looking for. All right. I need to get something to eat. Oh, Oh, James, I don't think you've been around when I've talked about it, but I passed my CELTA course with a pass B, which is like only 20% of people who get their CELTA get a pass B. So I did good. All right, anyway, just to give you that heads up. Everybody else already knew, but I don't think you did. Okay, so here we go. 20 minutes. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Thank you. Okay, y'all. I spent too much time talking during the last break. Because now it's just about 3 o'clock. Sophia! You made it! Woo! Yay! How you doing? How you feeling? What's going on? How was your day? Are you glad to be off work? So, I feel like I want to wrap it up. I just got home and I'm currently whipping up a Swedish mud cake because tomorrow is the last day of my summer job. Are you going to take that into work to share? Hattie finished the book! Yay! Good job, Hattie. Good job. And James also gets a cheer. And so I'm going to read y'all what James said. James said, I might have accidentally made an impression on the CEO yesterday. We were at a baseball game and there were a few kids, so I, being a grandpa, bought them foam fingers, as you do. I didn't realize the CEO was sitting behind me when I handed them out. He told me to expense them and my mouth operated without the permission of my brain. You act like that's something weird. And I asked if he was sure I just got them because every kid should have something to remember the game by. I guess it landed well because he said absolutely with a big grin and then emailed my boss a compliment today. Nice job, James. Nice job. So I had asked Sophia if she was making the cake for her colleagues at work since tomorrow's her last day there. She said, yes, I'm an awesome summer temp like that. Yes, you are. You'll be an even better permanent employee. So, let's see. Valerie did treadmill time instead of writing. I mean, at least you did something like good for yourself. Good job. Alicia, I, on the other hand, ate lunch and then ate some graham crackers with chocolate on them. So, yeah. Alicia said, I got one kiddo's school supplies labeled and packed up. One kiddo to go. Good job. Sophia says, we have a new patient who thinks everyone who works there is his wife, and he follows us around, which makes it very hard to do work. Oh. Aw. Alicia says, I'm assuming James's story says, aw, that was nice. James is a nice guy. He likes people to think he's this big tough dude, but he's not. He's a big teddy bear. I don't even know if he wants people to think he's a big tough dude. He's just a teddy bear all the way around. Ariel says, still working on my cosplay and will continue to work on that throughout the afternoon, assuming my back will let me. Yes. Good job. That means you're going to get done soon. Swank says, I have been on Pinterest saving ADHD items. Like, what kind of items? Swank, what kind of items? What kind of ADHD items? Hattie says, starting the next book. Funny story about the one I just finished tomorrow in Zoom. You keep saying that. You're such a tease. Sophia says, I would be an awesome permanent employee, and thankfully, plenty of my coworkers think so too. Yes, I believe that to be true. Lucille says, I have my house stuff done as much as I can. Still need info from the spouse. What do you mean by your house stuff? Like, I thought house stuff meant, like, cleaning the house. Like, so now I'm intrigued and curious. We're probably not going to have another sprint, y'all, because y'all are very chatty and I am very chatty and we have been very chatty, which means we are going to probably chat for the next 10 or 15 minutes is how that's going to work. Oh, except Swank's done. Swank's not even going to answer my question. I asked Swank what the ADHD items are, and she's just like, I'm out. I mean, that's the ADHD for you, right? Oh, house account stuff. Okay. I was a little confused. Thank you, Lucille. I appreciate the clarification. Yeah, so it's like 3 o'clock now, so I know I said we'd probably do another sprint, but that's not going to happen. Let me go over the events of the coming week as I know them, if I can find the right window that has the calendar on it. There it is. And then we'll chat a little bit more before we take off. So, Tonight, Miss Amelia has her writing sprints at 7 p.m. These are all Eastern time. She goes from 7 till 9. And let's see, tomorrow I will be doing our co-working. I'm sorry, I just noted, so for those of you who are Dragon Con people, the guests have until tomorrow to let us know whether their schedules are okay. So I would expect the schedule to come out sometime this weekend or like Monday. Okay, so anyway, so Friday, tomorrow, 1 p.m. we have our Zoom co-working. We go from 1 until 2:30. Then on Saturday, 10 a.m. in the Discord, Dalen will be hosting the Saturday sprints. They go from 10 until 12. He will be doing the same thing on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. until noon in the Discord. So definitely take advantage of those this weekend. Then Sunday evening, 7 p.m., we have our usual Zoom chat. The event is up in the Facebook group. If you have not voted, get over there and vote on the topic or topics of your choice, or suggest a new topic, because we are strangely running low on topics. So feel free. I mean, that doesn't mean everybody go add 15 topics right now, but we are running low. So feel free, if you've had something that you wanted to talk about, feel free to suggest it. We will add it to the list. So anyway, so as usual, that chat will be at 7 p.m. Sunday evening. We go from 7 till 8:30, roughly. On Monday, probably no sprints with Joe. He's having trouble with that. And especially with Dragon Con coming up, and he's getting things sorted for that. So things are a little chaotic over there right now. But Tuesday evening at 7 p.m., Amelia will be doing her writing sprints from 7 till 9. And then Wednesday, we will be back here at noon doing our regular sprints from noon until 3, which brings us around to next Thursday, when we will be doing it all again here as well. So let's see. Oh, that was it. Nobody said anything else except Ariel says, "Oh wow," which I'm assuming means that it was about the schedule. Yeah, so I have I've got a calendar that I keep all the important dates for Dragon Con on, and it has guests approve schedule. So I'm going to assume that come the weekend, I'm sure there'll be some late people, who get the changes they need in on Friday. But yeah, that shouldn't take more than the weekend. So the schedule I would expect it to be out by Monday, is my guess. Ariel says the goal is to have this cosplay complete this weekend and then work on dyeing a wig blue. Very cool. Very cool. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining me again. My first full week back. Huzzah. Sophia, 6-hour stream on the horizon. Are you trying to kill me? I have Dragon Con in 3 weeks. And then Multiverse 5 weeks after that. Probably not. Maybe. I'll think about it. I'll see. I'll think about it. But probably not anytime soon. So, because, once I get through Multiverse, things will be quieter for a while. So, thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you, Alicia, for thanking me. You're very welcome. So, we will see TWT folks who want to come tomorrow to the Zoom. We will hopefully see you there. If you don't know how to get that, it's on the calendar. The Google Calendar, there's an event in the group, and also in the Discord about 15 minutes before, so at about 12:45-ish Eastern Time, there'll be a post in the events section, or you can just scroll back to the last time there was a Friday one. It's the same link. So, Sophia says, I'll be there unless I forget. If you forget, I'll send you a message going, where are you? So, bye y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Ciao.
Shaka, raka, raka. Shaka, raka, raka.